It's 4 p.m. We're bringing developing news.
And the stories behind the headlines. This is Storycon. I'm Regina Lay.
I'm Ed Lingao. The headlines at this are: Malacanang says President Bongbong Marcos is currently under medical observation after experiencing discomfort. The Presidential Communications Office says the President's doctors advised him to rest. His condition remains stable. Mr. Marcos is also expected to carry out his duties, and according to the palace spokesperson, he is already back in Malacanang.
The President spent the night under medical observation as a precautionary measure after experiencing discomfort. His doctors advised rest and monitoring, and his condition remains stable. The President continued to carry out his responsibilities while under medical observation and has returned to Malacanang. Hindi po sa atin na nabanggit kung ano ang particular na discomfort na kanyang naranasan. But ang maimportante po rito at dapat natin maipaalam sa ating mga kababayan na siya po ngayon ay muling nagtatrabaho at nasa Malacanang. Siya po ay nasa maayos na kalagayan at mamayang hapon po ay magkakaroon pa po siya ng 2 pribadong meeting. Tingnan po natin kung bukas po dahil meron po siyang event, kung maa-advise siya ng doktor na okay naman po siya, malamang po ay makikita rin agad natin ang Pangulo.
Even while under medical observation, 2 impeachment complaints were filed against President Bongbong Marcos and were submitted to the House of Representatives today. Again, the term is submitted, not filed, since the House Secretary General was not on hand to receive the complaints. The first one was turned in this morning by members of the Makabayan bloc. The complaint alleges betrayal of public trust over what the group described as large-scale and systematic corruption in flood control projects from 2022 to 2025. Duterte allies, led by former Congressman Mike Defensor, submitted another complaint against the president just this afternoon. Recall that on Monday, lawyer Andre De Jesus filed the first impeachment complaint against Marcos, citing culpable violation of the Constitution, graft and corruption, and betrayal of public trust, which brings us to 3 impeachment complaints against the president. Meantime, former PNP chief, now MMDA General Manager Nicolas Torre III denies retiring from the police force. He says he doesn't remember signing any document pertaining to retirement, nor was the status clarified to him by his superiors. Malacanang does not see where Torre's confusion is coming from. Palace Press Officer Undersecretary Claire Castro says she already spoke to Torre about the matter.
I'm going to clear it up with my organization. Wala kasi akong pinipirmahang application eh. So let's leave it at that muna. My positions, since full colonel, are all presidential directives, presidential appointee ako eh. So I'll just wait for the order of the president regarding this matter.
Accepted po niya yun. Dahil po tinanggap niya po ang posisyon na ito, alam niya naman po kung ano po ang maaaring mangyari at muli, ang mangyayari lamang po, siya po ay tatanggap ng benepisyo, full benefits, at lahat ng emoluments as a 4-star general.
And here are the other stories we're watching this Thursday, January 22. The Interior Department is verifying reports that wanted businessman Charlie Atong Ang may have fled to Cambodia or to Thailand. Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla says the information came from State Witness Julie Dondon Patidongan, who claims that Ang has access to Cambodia, including possible backdoor routes. The DILG is also investigating reports that Ang's online cockfighting operations could be running in Cambodia and other Southeast Asian countries. A Tacloban Regional Trial Court has found Filipino community journalist Frenchie May Cumpio guilty of terror financing. She was sentenced to up to 18 years in prison, nearly 6 years after her arrest. Rights groups and a UN rapporteur have condemned the ruling, saying the case was retaliation for Cumpio's work as a journalist. They have since called it a travesty of justice.
The Interior Department has also released the mugshots of former Senator Bong Revilla and 6 others accused in the alleged ghost flood control project in Pandi, Bulacan. Revilla is currently detained at the Quezon City Jail in Payatas as he faces malversation charges. The DILG earlier assured the public that Revilla will not receive special treatment despite his longtime friendship with Secretary John Vic Remulla. And the palace says President Marcos does not want the peso to slip further to 60 pesos per dollar. Palace press officer Castros advised the public to wait for the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas' actions as far as the currency is concerned. For now, Castro said government intervention is not necessary, but the BSP will inform the president if any measures are required.
And joining us today, Storycon's resident political heckler, Tito Ronald Llamas.
Good afternoon. Hindi naman si Ami.
Wala pa. I think the whole week siya wala eh.
Okay.
Terrorism financing.
Okay.
Ano
Ngayon
yun?
ko lang narinig yun, ha?
Ano yun?
A conviction for terror financing.
And how were they able to, I'd like to see
I-
that.
yes.
Parang 6 years na siya nakakulong.
Yeah,
6 years na nakakulong, and today was just the verdict. She was initially booked for possession of illegal firearms, not
Yeah, the
terror
usual.
financing.
Yeah.
This was just added onto it.
1 year later.
Exactly. 1 year later lang siya na accused of
Do you
terror
know
financing, which
him?
is... No, baka si Ed, maybe she knows,
Frenchie.
maybe he knows her
Well, I
personally.
don't know personally.
But this has been an issue within the community.
Yeah. Well, she was acquitted of the charges of
Illegal
yung
firearms.
illegal possession,
Illegal
which is what is usually filed by authorities pag may nahuling ganyan eh. Yung nga, yung terror financing is a bit new for many of us. I wonder lang I'd like to see how the court was able to establish beyond reasonable doubt.
Specifically, what evidence they had on hand.
Pero landmark case ito kung sakali.
Exactly. So this isn't just. I think this isn't just relegated to the journalist community, pero
I suppose
it
in
has
terror
implications.
financing, I suppose that's one of the provisions in the anti-terror law, in terror financing.
But it was never used, was it? I don't know of any cases of where they had successfully prosecuted for terror financing. Not even, sabi ni Mogs Manny Mogoto, our defense editor, that it used to be used against Abu Sayyaf terror group members.
So 2019 siya nakulong.
Yes,
The
around
2020.
2019.
6 years na
Under
nakulong.
the Duterte administration.
Anim na
yes.
taon siya nakakulong eh.
So yun, it'll be interesting to read
The case file on this.
and
At yung
the
isang-
promulgation.
Isang balita eh, na hospital si President.
Yes, that's the other big news today.
Pero walang information.
Spent the
Anong
night
sakit?
under medical observation is all we know, is all the official statement goes. What is
Umabot
up?
ng St. Luke's, Quezon City, which is quite far from
Malayo sa
Malacanang. Quite far from Malacanang.
Yes. Baka nandun yung doktor niya.
That's also possible.
Do you think the president has to go to his doctor? Siguro naman if you're a president of a country,
No,
the
but if he
doctor
has to
goes to
undergo
you, right?
tests, diba?
Pero usually kasi may mga kwan sila eh. Yung talagang matagal na nilang kakilalang doktor na nag-aalaga sa kanila.
For sure, oo.
Kabisado na yung
Yeah,
kanilang,
but usually the
health
doctor goes to
situation.
you.
Yes, unless it's more serious than...
Like,
What
for
they'd
example,
like to-
if he has to get an X-ray,
Yeah. Diba?
although I'm sure may X-ray naman sa wala bang X-ray sa sa Malacanang, across the river?
Kayo talaga.
I'm sure meron yun, may sa clinic nila.
X-ray lang ba? Ano baka mga iba pang mga
O MRI, gano'n.
medical exams na kailangan?
Madali naman stool sample.
I don't know. I don't want to wade into this kasi the official statement just classified it as discomfort.
Okay.
But ngayon na we're talking about MRI. Mga serious lab
Ano
scans
sinasabi mo kasi, kung discomfort lang, bakit kinakailangan pumunta pa sa
under
hospital,
medical
diba?
observation. Because he's the president. So any discomfort warrants immediate attention, I guess. I guess.
What about political discomforts?
Well, that we can't do anything about, right? Speaking of political discomfort, 3 impeachment complaints now filed against the president for culpable violation of the
Natuloy ba yung
Constitution.
dalawa? I know they tried to
Sorry.
file
Wala
today.
daw eh, wala
Sorry,
daw.
submitted today. Sorry, you're correct. The first one was filed. The second and third ones were submitted today. Not officially filed because wala yung SecGen.
She was
So they
receiving
have
an
to
award.
be received by the
Taiwan.
SecGen in order for it to be classified as filed.
may discomfort din.
That's a political discomfort, don't you think? No?
Although kahapon the section finally transmitted the first impeachment complaint
Yes.
to the Speaker's office. So kahit pa paano, that gets the ball rolling eh.
Yes. Yung una kasi hindi mo kilala eh. Ito, kilala mo. Halimbawa, itong sila Mike Defensor. Ito yung usual suspects. Si Paras.
Talagang suspects.
Si Paras. I mean, dati na silang...
Topacio, Paras.
dati na silang anti-BBM,
Defensor.
dati na silang mga pro-Duterte. No? Topacio, Jing Paras, Mike Defensor, sino ba iba? Yung usual suspects na kasama dyan. Basta isang grupo sila na dati lang magkakasama.
I wonder if it'll get to 4 complaints as well, similar to Vice President Duterte. But anyways, we need to bring in our guest now. Today we're talking to DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla. Welcome to Storycon, Secretary Remulla.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Maraming salamat po sa pagtanggap.
Afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Secretary.
Good afternoon po.
Sec, I guess the logical first place to start is the pressing news of today, no? Which is that we got word that President Marcos has been under medical observation due to discomfort. I wonder if you know anything about that.
None. I haven't seen him today. I was busy with my other work. So, but I'll find out.
Oh.
Pero, sir,
For you, Reg, ha? Talagang malakas ka kay Secretary, ha?
Pero sir, how serious is it? Kasi, of course, he's the president, so everybody's on their toes whenever there's any report or even
Of a medical
a
issue.
whiff of that
I
there's
don't
something
think
wrong.
it's serious. Kasi if it were, tinawagan na ako nun eh. Pero I think everyone has a cold these days, diba? Maraming nagkakalagnat ngayon.
Yeah, true.
So I don't think so.
Okay.
On another note, Secretary, lumabas kasi kahapon yung statement nyo raw na somebody informed somebody na nagsasend ng feelers si Zaldy Co.
Opo, totoo po yun.
Yeah, what was that about? No,
Kasi merong parang, the background is parang meron siyang father confessor. Na parang kay Bernardo, parang nagkakaroon siya ng spiritual awakening eh. So, he reached out, the priest reached out to a friend, the friend reached out to a friend of our friend. So, parang fourth hand deck, yeah, we don't get the complete story. But the story was pretty descriptive na parang nagkaka-change of heart na siya.
hindi sa gobyerno siya nagsasend ng feelers, sa church. Yung ba ang ibig niyo sabihin,
church,
Secretary?
oo.
Yeah.
And ibig sabihin ko, apo.
Have you verified these feelers, Secretary? They really did come from
Not yet.
Zaldy Co?
It's too far. It's too far out. It's fourth hand. But we're in the process of, si Ombudsman is verifying it as we speak.
Sir,
Reg,
just to clarify Ronald's question kanina. So, at least what you're hearing is Zaldy Co reached out to the church, not necessarily reached out to the church to reach out to you. Not necessarily ganun.
Apa. That's right po. Apa.
Actually, some of the witnesses dito sa Blue Ribbon ay hindi lang nag-reach out sa church, ay nakausap din yung simbahan before. Kaya hindi bago itong kay Zaldy Co. Pero, ayun, Ed, nagkaroon ka na ba ng spiritual awakening?
Matagal na akong bukas ang kalooban.
Kasi gusto ko maranasan yan eh.
Ay, ikaw, medyo malabo ka na nun.
I think it might be a
Parang
little
si
too late.
Ronald walang pag-asa.
Oh,
Bakit
galing sa
naman?
Interior Secretary na yun.
Bakit naman, Secretary? Ang bait-bait ko eh. No? Kaibigan ko naman yung father nyo eh.
Okay.
Ang sarap ng tagrabing tawa. Teka, sir, kalmado
Okay.
kayo.
Okay.
Si Ronald kasi katatay ko, complete pass yan eh.
Oh.
Nung nag-organize si Ronald sa Cavite. Ano na naman, dinaplisan lang. Daplis lang naman, di ba, Ronald? Daplis lang.
Naplis
Pero
lang.
wag na natin antayin yung spiritual awakening ni Ronald. But Secretary, coming back to Zaldy Co. So as of last we heard, you said that he was likely living in Lisbon, Portugal. Is that still accurate?
Yes, it's still accurate. We have operatives on the ground, and it seems accurate. He's in a gated community outside, in the outskirts of Lisbon. Yung parang Forbes Park nila.
Wow.
Siya ngayon.
Forbes Park nila.
Oo.
That's the equivalent. That's how much would that's in euros too.
I would figure minimum 10 million euros ang isang bahay doon.
And that's,
Sa Portugal kasi, with 500,000 euro na property, pwede ka nang magkaroon ng residency, at least sa urban areas,
Yeah.
250,000 euro para sa countryside ng Portugal.
Right.
So, kayang-kaya.
That's a lot in peso still.
Pero kayang-kaya
if,
ni
Times
Edgar.
60 yun eh.
if you already know where he is, Secretary, maybe this is a stupid question, but why can't we arrest him still? Di ba may Interpol red notice na?
We don't have a treaty obligation with
Walang
with
extradition.
Portugal. So wala tayong obligation. So they don't have an obligation to us. Pero what we are looking at, the angle is that yung batas nila, yung golden passport nila, applies only to crimes committed during the incumbency of the passport. Pero kung bago nun, na-commit yung crime bago kumuha ng passport, they will extradite him.
So you're saying that you suspect he got the passport way before he was accused of all these crimes?
Oh, he got it 10 years ago.
Golden visa.
Ano talaga, may criminal mind talaga. Meron siyang exit strategy kung may mangyari sa Pilipinas.
Yes, sir, but you'll have to prove that the passport predates or the crimes predate the passport
That's
that he
right.
got.
That's why it's not as easy as it sounds. Kasi the crimes of 10 years ago was 20, let's say before 2016, 2015. Panahon pa ni Pinoy yata yun eh. I don't think he was close to the administration of Pinoy at that time. So wala pa kami nakikitang multi-billion contract yan nung panahon ng President Aquino's term.
So you can't, of course, we don't have an extradition treaty with Portugal, but have you tried reaching out to their law enforcement to try to at least coordinate?
Yes, we have. That's why we have information to where he is. That's as far as the cooperation goes.
And
Pero
how?
as far as the only hope is that our heads of state will have a meeting of the minds na magkasundo sila na deport dito. Ayun, pwede yan.
That's in the works already, Secretary? Nag-uusap na about the meeting the President
Not
of Portugal? Okay.
Not yet, not to my information.
Sir, the house he's staying in, is that his or is he a guest of somebody?
He owns the residence, so doon siya.
Oh, we know that for sure. He owns
Unlike
the residence.
the best friend ni Harry Roque, the sex lama si Harry Roque. Ayun, nakikita na lang sa maraming lugar kasi stateless siya ngayon eh. Cancelled ang passport, so hindi siya maka-check-in kahit anong hotel o kahit B&B. Hindi tatanggapin yung identification niya. So ngayon, nakikita na lang siya all around Vienna, I think.
Vienna, yes.
But
Kausap namin yung ilang mga OFW groups doon. Sabi nila ay nakita talaga siya. 100% sure.
Tsaka parang palaboy-laboy lang si Cloud eh, no? Wala siyang definite na tituran.
Pero mukhang enjoy naman siya ron.
Ay,
How do you interpret the laughter?
I don't want to comment on the laughter, but
Enjoy.
okay. Coming back to
Parang I'm home, parang gano'n.
Sir, maganda
Coming
siguro kung mag-zoom tayo. Makita namin
Okay.
tumatawa.
next time mag-zoom tayo, Sec. But coming back to Zaldy Co. So what's the next step for you guys right now? It seems you're in a bind, no?
not really. Marami tayong pwedeng gamitin na levers laban sa kanya. Number one, yung seizure of properties. Ay inumpisahan na yung pag-recall ng aircraft niya. Tapos ay susubasta na. Tapos yung mga assets siya rito, I think it will in the neighborhood of mga 20 billion natitira pa rito eh.
Billion.
The aircraft, Mercedes Bay, Midas Hotel, his 2 houses in Forbes Park, in Green Meadows, and in Valley Verde 6. So, ang dami niya pang properties dito na masusubasta. Aside from the 14 cars na nakuha sa kanya.
So 20 billion is your estimate of his total assets here.
Oh, yes, I think so. Somewhere there. Maybe more depending on the value of Midas Hotel. Yun ang pinakamahal na asset niya.
Pero sir, that's only seizure pa lang, di ba? I mean, hindi pa naman siya for feature eh. Because hindi pa naman umusad yun.
Seizure pa lang siya. Yes, you're right. Seizure pa lang siya. Hindi ako abogado, pero I'm sure there will come a time na forfeiture na yan papuntang gobyerno.
Are you looking to seize the house in Portugal as well? Is there any recourse there?
We're not, we don't have international treaties to that effect.
So you can't touch that.
So, dito muna tayo sa Pilipinas. And I can't speak for the country when it comes to international matters. Yung local lang ang kaya kong pagsalitaan.
Sir, yung kausap niya, wala kayong, there's no way for you to get in some sort of communication with, I mean, kasi if he's seen the light, if you might put it that way, baka there's also a way to get him to come home on his own.
Well, we actually reached out to so I will make my way to Portugal soon and talk to the priest. Kilala ko naman yung pari na inausap niya.
Oh, when are you going to Portugal, Sec?
I don't know. I'm asking permission from the president, but it must be soon.
And what do you intend to do there?
I will see if the reports are true. Well, kasi kung magkita naman kami ron, wala akong magagawa. I cannot arrest him. Diba? Hindi ko pwede siya bakapin. So, kung totoo ang sinasabi niya, mag-harap kami ng pare. Isa ka siya.
Pinay siya rin pare? Pinay rin pare?
Kilala ko, pero hindi pa namin pinag-uusapan kung ano yung pinag-uusapan nila.
I mean, sir, he's also Filipino? The priest in Portugal itself?
Yes, he's Filipino. Yes, he's Filipino.
Okay.
But help me understand though. So yes, you can't arrest him even if you bump into each other on the street. But what are you hoping to do?
No, I cannot.
Are you looking to meet with your counterparts there? Will they grant you a
Yes.
meeting? What's the game plan there?
Nothing's on the table eh. So, we're still planning it. Kasi ilang araw, 2 days pa lang yung information na yan eh.
Okay.
So, we're working towards that. And I just had to, ang duty ko kasi sa Pangulo is that I have to be forthcoming all the time with the information. Like yung bribery attempt, kailangan ko ilabas yan eh. Kasi the power fills the vacuum. Basta hindi ilabas yan, sila gagawa ng storya para sa'yo. So, inuunahan na namin yung storya.
Sir, yung sinasabi po ninyo na feelers niya doon sa simbahan, what is the context of this? Is this some sort of, indications of remorse or indications of...
I cannot speak in depth kung anong pinag-usapan nila, but alam ko he is trying to reach out. He wants to, and he's been advised to reach out to the Philippine authorities already.
He's been advised by the...
Yes, and parang he is coming into terms with everything, and parang ginugusto niya na umuwi.
Speaking of that bribery attempt, Sec, of course we heard of that as well. Allegedly, you and your brother were bribed to the tune of 1 billion pesos, and I also heard these are contractors. Is that correct?
That's correct.
What can
Actually, two of them, 1 billion each.
Oh, 1 billion each to
Yes.
you and to Ombudsman Remulla.
Yes.
Was that made, sir, directly to you or through...
Hindi. Alam ni Sec Lamas to. Yung mga ganyan kasi, gagamitin na kaibigan nila, na kaibigan ko rin, tapos padaplis sasabihin. Yung padaplis kasi yan, hindi mo ano yan eh. Kasi alam mo, may gusto tumulong sa'yo eh. Kung gusto mo tulungan sila. Kilala mo si ganyan. Diba, may nakahanda daw. So, alam mo yung very oblique ang style nila para may deniability. So, hindi, I cut it off. Sabi ko, wag na ako. Wag nyo na kaming pakialaman sa trabaho namin. Kung may pera kayo, sa mga abogado kayo gabastos, wag na sa amin.
Kasi, sir, the next question
And
there...
again, I had to be forthright about it because I called the president immediately. Kasi alam mo, alam nila sa yan, in the palace, basta may uugong kagad yan eh, nagkaka-transaction. So, inuunahan ko talaga yung information na may nag-attempt kaysa may magsabi na nakikipag-usap ako.
Pag in-entertain mo kasi tapos nakaabot sa presidente, mapapahama ka.
Yeah.
Yan,
But
mapapahamak
you
na.
could also set up a sting operation, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, just to convict them on
I
bribery.
found it, matagal yan ha, and it's useless kasi in a few weeks, ma-indict na rin naman sila eh. So, parang iniisip ko, pwedeng sting operation to, pero what for kung makukulong na rin sila in the next few weeks?
Pero usually kasi gagawa yun ng layers. Hindi yan didiretso.
Oo.
Lalo na yung ganyan
Tama.
kayaman o ganyan ka-powerful. Hindi niya ipapakita yung ulo niya.
Tama.
Well, kasi nga sir, we were about to ask you kanina, if there really was an attempt to bribe you, then an attempt to bribe is of course a criminal offense. And any government official is supposed to not just report it, but it's also supposed to
Arrest them on the spot. Kaya lang, I guess because intermediary.
Again, it was obliquely said. So, and caught me by surprise. Siyempre, I couldn't record it. And Zach Ronald knows this. It's better to cut it off early. If you let it percolate, the story will get ahead of me. Sigurado ko ron. Diba? Sigurado rin ako makukulong na sila eh. So, wag na. Sinabi ko na lang sa Pangulo, gano'n na nangyayari. So, sabi niya, he's not surprised. Diba, sabi niya, they'll try anything. Then, so I brought it out to the press na kasi sinabi ko na sa Pangulo eh. Wala na ako kailangan itago.
Naalala niyo yung dati doon sa matandang Abalos? May 200 ka rito. Diba? So,
Yeah.
hindi siya gumawa ng layers. Hindi siya gumawa ng layers.
NBNCTE.
Oo. Yes. Yung panahon ng NBNCTE, di ba? May 200
Wala
ka
ako dito nun eh.
Sinabi kay Neri.
Kay Romy Neri.
Kay Robin
Pineri.
Neri.
So these contractors are just about to be jailed. You mean to say hindi pa sila detained at the moment?
Not yet, but malapit na yung filing for information nila.
Sir, curious ako sir, paano yung paramdam dun sa amounts? Kasi I'm sure they didn't say may 1 billion piso ka rito. How do they make paramdam yung mga ganong may 1 billion patatas?
Ang style kasi lagi niyang they will flatter you. Sabi, pwede kang maging ganito. Baka may plano ka. Makakatulong yung grupo to. May nakahanda daw ng ganyan eh. Pero kailangan rin nila ng tulong. Yung ganon, yung pataplis, di ba?
Circuitous way.
Di ba? So, they will create a need for me. And then they flatter me. Then they say, baka makatulong. Then, yung ganyan, veterano na tayo, alam na natin ibig sabihin nun. Di ba? Iwas ka na lang, kaysa mapahama ka.
Tapos yung kwento pa ninyo, parang pinaramdaman kayo na tatakbo kayo.
Parang nga
Hindi,
ganun.
diba?
Kaya nga, sabi, they will flatter you first, di ba?
Kasi baka kailanganin nyo daw, baka may bala kayo.
Parang gano'n ang sinasabi. Sabi ko, wag na. Hindi mo alam kung balak eh.
But you have said that you're open
wala kang
to it,
balak?
right? Diba? You said you were open to
Hindi,
it.
wala akong balak tanggapin.
Pero may bala kayo tumakbo, sir.
I'm entertaining it.
You're debating it.
It's possible.
What-
I know what to do for the country. I know what levers there are to make the country better. My experience at DILG has really honed my skills for running this. But as I look at the second round, a lot of moving parts. Kaya hindi ganun kadali mag-decision para dito.
To be clear, we're talking about the position of president, yeah? Not just any other...
Yes.
Mahirap bilugin yung ulo ni Secretary John Vic dahil matagal ng bilog eh.
Nakakatawa yung tawa nyo. We should get you on Zoom next time. Okay, so...
But sir, I suppose you're not just considering it, you're more or less already aiming for it, I suppose, by this time.
You've made the calculations, in short.
Well, I have my own political math, and I have my own political calculus. But you know what? That comes second. I think if I do a good job, good things will happen. And if not, then there is always the other side of my life which I can enjoy.
You talking to any other political parties at this point for alliances?
No, not at all. There's no coalitions being formed. Nothing. It's a personal matter first. I have to be committed in my heart before I make a decision.
Okay. Well, let us know once you've made a decision. I'm going to move on from Zaldy Co and the flood control controversy now and talk about the other cases. There's a lot of wanted men on your plate right now. Where is Senator Bato de la Rosa?
He's in Davao.
Okay. And is there really an arrest warrant now? Because so far at this point,
As far as I know, wala.
Okay.
As far as I know, wala. Pero ang daming marites kasi nagsabi na nakita na nila yung warrant. So, as far as I'm concerned, marites pa lang ang value niya.
Sir, yung marites that you're referring to is your brother. Si Ombudsman, lahat to galing kay Ombudsman Boying.
Chismoso yun eh.
Di sila nag-uusap noon. Di ba, Sec?
He says he's seen the arrest
Hindi, not at all.
warrant.
No, he said, but alam mo, in our line of work, you cannot jump into an action without a document that backs you up. Kung hindi, pahamak eh. So, kung wala pa kayo nakikita, wala pa kayo, it's nothing to us, di ba?
Saka Reds,
Hindi
kung may
katulad yung
huhulihin ka,
kay former president, the warrant was shown. Pinakita talaga sa amin.
So you have
we
saka di ba,
took action.
Secretary, kung may huhulihin ka, hindi mo sasabihan yung huhulihin mo na huhulihin mo siya.
Tama. Nakita nyo naman yung trabaho namin dati, di ba? Walang nakakaalam. Bigla na lang nakita nyo, nagkakagulo sa airport. That's the time to do it, di ba?
Sir, Davao City, Davao del Norte, Davao del Sur, Oriental, sa whole region.
Paikot-ikot, nakamotorsiklo siya eh. Umiikot ang motor kasama ang barkada niya. Talipat-lipat siya ng bahay.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, kasi very, very safe siya nun eh, di ba? But if there's a warrant of arrest, then it will affect the warrant kahit ano mangyari.
Tsaka pag nakamotor ka kasi, siyempre naka-helmet eh. So hindi ganong kita yung ano.
No, pero yung katawan niya, hindi mo unmistakable eh, di ba?
I'm not gonna comment on that. But let's
Nakapang ganun.
related to that case. Do you have any other
Yeah,
questions?
on another note, ay itong Sabongero case,
Wait, teka lang. Before we go to Sabongeros, can I just close the loop and related to the Bato case? What about kay Harry Roque, sir? Last we heard you had applied for an arrest, for an Interpol red notice. Was that granted?
I will check again. It's with ICT. Wala sa office yan, office of the president yan. I will check if it's been granted.
That was several months ago, di ba?
No, a few weeks ago lang yan. Yung actual, after the cancellation, then yung... I actually don't know. It's not in my purview arresting him kasi it's a transnational crime matter which
Correct.
is not under my office. It's under the office of the president.
Yes. So it's under PCTC, but you haven't heard if it was granted or not.
No, I haven't heard. If not, I can easily go to Vienna and get it kasi kaibigan ko naman yan eh. Diba? I can reason with him to come along.
Would he go with you?
Ano sir?
I think
Yayain
so.
niya lang?
You think so? You think if ikaw
I
mismo
think so.
pumunta sa Vienna?
Oo, pero no favors yun ha. Sabihin ko lang sumama siya sa akin. Walang kapalit yun.
magkaibigan sila ni Harry Roque. Paborito siyang gupitan nun eh.
I don't know what that means. But anyways, go. Sa Bungeros.
Yung buhok niya.
Alam mo, hindi ko lang kung baka may NTLCB tayo sa ginagawa yung dalawa.
Secretary, dati kasi, last year, ay very prominent yung pag-attempt na i-recover yung bodies, yung cadavers ng alleged victims ng mga sabungero. Tapos biglang nawala siya eh. Nasa na ngayon yun? Yung investigasyon na yun? Sa Taal.
Kasi yung sa pag-recover ng bodies, it's almost impossible. You're talking of a grid coordinates, equivalent to mga 40 square kilometers. Mm-hmm. So will take maybe 2,000 divers to scour that for 3 months, just to come up with a reasonable attempt. So meron namang sapat na ebidensya, according to DOJ, na yung video na umaamin siya, yung video CCTV na dinakip nila yung mga tao, at saka yung testimony ni Patindongan na siya nagutos para sa lahat ng pagpapatay ng mga yan.
Yung mga na-recover na cadavers ay may DNA test na ba siya?
Oo, na DNA test and not hindi sila kasama sa nawawala. Apparently, I didn't know this, pero pala siya, dumping ground nung pinapatay dito sa Batangas.
Oh, okay. These are different salvage victims, in other words. Possibly.
Yes. Di ba pa yun? Oh, through the years.
Same question to you when it comes to Atong Ang. Where is he? You said he was likely in Cambodia. Sorry, could be in
Thailand.
Cambodia,
No,
but
no, no.
likely in the Philippines?
According to Patindongan, he can possibly be in Cambodia. Kasi nung nag-exodus ang gaming yung Pogo dito at nag-set up shop sa Cambodia, sumama rin siya. Nag-set up siya ng online sabong doon. So,
Si Atong Ang.
most likely, meron siyang access to authorities and access to lodging and bill money doon sa Cambodia.
Pero Secretary, hindi pa kayo humingi ng tulong sa Interpol para hanapin siya. Dahil ang
Meron
Interpol
na.
kasi may technology eh.
Okay, actually very active na. They're at it. In fact, General Retates was in contact with them this morning. Meron na kaming mga agents in all over Southeast Asia para all bases covered. So titignan na namin yung mga CCTV kung ando doon talaga and titignan yung mga entry documents sa mga tao. Pero kasi kung backdoor, alam mo yung tawag dyan, Golden Triangle eh. Diyan yung papasok ang mula Laos, tapos tatawid ka ng Cambodia, tapos tatawid ka ng Thailand. Parang isang dulo ng tatsulok yan eh. So paikot-ikot ka lang.
Maraming kwan dyan, mga farms ng mga drugs, saka mga sindikato.
Oh, there's a lot of syndicates there. And you've also moved to start the process for canceling his passport, is that right?
Yes, that's correct. That's a DFA matter, a DOJ and DFA matter. Pero I believe they're almost halos na dyan na, kagawin na.
Sir, nabanggit niyo si Natates, segue ko dun sa isa pang issue. Si General Torre, Nicolas Torre, of course currently with the MMDA, is now saying that he never took the optional retirement mode. He never signed any paperwork to that effect. So as far as he's concerned, it sounds like hindi pa siya willing mag-retire. So ano po talaga? What is supposed to be the procedure here? Who's supposed to make the decisions? And is there such a thing as a forced retirement?
By function of law, kung tumanggap ka ng ibang trabaho sa gobyerno, ipso facto, resign ka from your position. So, as far as we are concerned, nung tinanggap niya at tag-oath siya as GM of MMDA, it automatically means that he resigned from the PNP. So, ito yung complication dyan. Okay? Ako yung nagmamagandang loob lang, tinawagan ko siya. Sabi ko, Nick, hinanda ko na yung retirement ko kasi pinaghirapan mo to. Nag-thank you naman sa akin. Diba? Oy, salamat sir. Diba? So, pinaroses ko na. Tapos na yun, sinasabi niya na he never signed. Totoo naman yan. Wala pa siya pinipirmahan. So, but it's a factor yun eh, diba? It's a factor na basta tumanggap kayo ibang trabaho, resign ka kagad eh. Consider resign. So, as far as we are concerned, dahil ng angle namin, it's a factor, resign na siya.
And as far as you're concerned, nag-usap na kayo at mukhang pumayag siya.
Yes, pumayag siya. And I told him, sabi ko, Nick, pumunta ka naman kay OMB para makuha mo yung mga clearances mo para kompleto na lahat. So, sabi niya, I will do so, sir. I will do so. Sabi niya sa akin. So, at the same time, concerned, napaka-decente ng conversation namin. So, tingnan natin kung saan siya papunta dito.
Also kasi he was also saying that there were other cases in the past of PNP officials who were also given other taskings in other agencies like the Bureau of Immigration. I don't know kung ano yung similarities doon.
Anong tawag doon? Secondment.
Secondment,
Seconded siya. Pero in this case, hindi ang appointment niya was not seconded eh. He was appointed as in the acting capacity, but as MMDA General Manager. Kasi ang secondment, kailangan may approval ng superior authority mo. So, the President will write to the PNP, ask the PNP chief to second his work towards MMDA, tapos tatanggapin ng MMDA. As far as we're concerned, walang ganun request. Nag-oath na lang siya, and then, so, it's a factor, we consider it design.
Yeah, and I suppose there are also rules on di ba? On receiving pay.
Exactly, yung compensation. Kaya nga consider design, or else if he accepts both, may liability siya, di ba? Ayaw naman natin mangyari sa kanya. Alam mo, marami kami pinagdaanan ng dalawang ng taong yan. Hindi kami nagkakasundo sa maraming bagay. But para sa akin, yung pinaghirapan niya bilang pulis, dapat ma-enjoy niya yan, yung pension niya. Diba? So, ayun lang ang genuine concern ko para sa kanya.
Are you guys good now, Secretary? I remember...
Oh, yeah. Ayun, yung best ko, I congratulated him when he was appointed. I asked him, sabi ko, i-process na natin yung, yung papers mo for your retirement. Nagpasalamat naman sa akin. Diba? So, water under the bridge siya para sa akin yan.
Because
Kasi alam mo, ang buhay ng polis, manghihinayang ka talaga sa pension mo eh. Kung matanggal yan, imagine guaranteed siya 190,000 a month. So ngayon, tapos pag mag-increase sa salary, aakita naman yan for the rest of his life. Pinaghirapan niya yun, 30 years in service. 28 years in service, parang gano'n. Pero pinaghirapan niya yun eh.
Tsaka may lump sum yan, sir, di ba? May lump sum aside from your monthly?
May lump sum siya na 7.5 million, pero that's only good for 3 years. After the 3 years, he receives the pension again.
Yeah.
So sayang yun eh. Kaya nga ginawa namin sa NAPOLCOM, ang 15,000 case backlog, clear kagad namin yon para pwede we can start fresh. So cleared na, wala na kami docket. So lahat ng kaso ng pulis ngayon, within 60 days, may decision na. Kaya lahat ng pulis yun, takot sa kaso kasi wala nang archiving na kaso ngayon eh. Didiretsuhan talaga namin eh.
You have not spoken to him since he talked about this yesterday, or was it the other day, nung sinabi niya na?
Ayoko na, baka gugulo pa usapan namin eh. Yaman na siya. Siya na lang ang gumawa ng sariling solusyon niya. Hindi na ako.
So sorry, I'm confused. Does he forfeit that pension or no? It's in question at the moment.
If he accepted the position of MMDA chair and took an oath without filing for retirement, we consider him resigned. Kung resign ka, wala kang pension.
So if he accepted and took his oath and did not make any filings, did not file for retirement?
Wala. I was the one who made the move. Sabi ko, mag-ano ka na, mag-file ka na ng pension. Pinoses ko yung lahat ng para sa NAPOLCOM, clearances niya, pinoses ko. Sabi ko, kunin mo na to. Nagpasalamat naman sa akin. Pero all of a sudden, he had a change of heart. So we'll see what's in his mind.
Wasn't he also just assigned to that role as MMDA General Manager?
Yes, last week lang, or 2 weeks ago.
So in
2
that
weeks ago lang.
in that sense, I'm thinking maybe he also didn't have a choice in that matter.
No, he accepted it eh. So there was no gun to his head to tell him to be MMDA chair, di ba? MMDA GM. Tinanggap niya talaga. So, sa kanya na yan.
What I'm saying is maybe in his mind,
pwedeng
sabayin. As in, he didn't have to resign from the police force in order to accept that post.
Alam mo, kung kahit gaano kagulang ka, hindi mangyayari yun. Kasi cut and dried yung ano na yan, yung batas na yan. Hindi talaga pwede.
And there's no leeway here, sir. I mean, walang grace period for him to submit his paperwork even after he took his oath?
The doors are always open. Hinihintay lang namin siya.
So meron pang may possibility pang magkaayusan?
Oo naman. Alam mo, kung pinaghirapan, ibibigay mo yan. Kawawa naman yung tao kung i-deny mo sa kanya, di ba? So the doors are always open. So, I don't believe in planting grudges, di ba? He'll live rent-free in my head. Sabi ko, kunin mo na to, para sa'yo naman to eh. Sabi niyo para sa akin.
So basically what you're saying is that General Torre, let's not complicate things.
Yes.
Retire na and then you'll get your retirement.
Yes.
And you can take your
Exactly.
position. So meron pang leeway for that.
Of course. The doors are open until now. The doors are open. I never burned bridges.
Minsan kasi gusto mo kasi to have your cake and eat it too eh.
Oo. Hindi naman pwede
It's a
yun,
big
diba?
cake, 7.5 million.
Secretary,
Mahirap kitain yun.
what would you say to the people, to the critics who say that the reason he's being demoted like this, and I'm talking about starting from when he was sacked as PNP chief, was because, he was starting to outshine some people?
I don't know to what motives there were. Okay, well, he and I, we had some issues, but this is nothing about ego. It's about where our working styles did not meet. But I was very happy for him, di ba, kung anong success niya. This is really about that. It's really about him and his choices that he has to make these coming years.
Okay. Are you good, Ed?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so I know I said I was gonna close the flood control story interview now, but can I just circle back since we have a little bit of time? Sometimes because we run out of time at the end, so we don't get to circle back. But this time we have a little bit of time, if that's okay, Secretary. I wanted to circle back to the flood control investigation and ask about the late Undersecretary Cabral. What else have you found about her case?
As far as we are concerned, it is a na-rule out na namin ng all possibilities. It was a suicide. DNA test confirmed it, sir. Simulation analysis shows that she jumped. All injuries are consistent with blunt trauma force, so suicide talaga. As per, if you think that the cases have stopped against her, hindi pa. There's still some seizure of assets and there's forfeitures na habulin ng gobyerno.
Forfeitures?
Oo. Meron kasi siyang, alam ni Secretary to be special friend siya na meron silang mga joint investments na pwedeng habulin ng gobyerno.
So it's true that she was being linked to that hotel in Baguio?
Oh yes, it is very evident na ang special friend niya nang bumili ang special friend niya ang may-ari ng Wawaw Construction.
Wow Construction. Hindi ba ito yung ano?
Wawaw Construction. Hindi yung, kasi yung umarap sa Senado, ano lang yun front lang yun, dummy lang yun.
Oh, the guy who couldn't answer questions.
Oo, dummy lang yun. So
Okay.
yung special friend niya, ang suspect, ang may-ari talaga ng Wawaw. Yung Wawaw Construction, ang subsidiary niya, ang bumili ng Ion Hotel from Holiday Inn. Yung Ion naman, binili ng close confidant ni Congressman Yap ng Benguet. So, doon umikot yung pera.
So who is the special friend ni late Yusek Cabral?
Ay, alam na namin yung Sec Ronald yan. Itin nyo na yung kaso.
I'd rather ask you than him, Sec.
Yun yung mahalaga ron yung salitang special friend.
Special friend. Basta may special
I
friend.
mean, it came up in the news, I think, already, right? The guy.
Kayo na mag-research. Wag na ako.
Hindi, we need confirmation from you, Sec.
We've heard the name time and again. We just
need confirmation. Official confirmation from you.
Special friend. Di ba? Yun lang yung special friend niya.
So itong special friend ang may-ari ng Wawaw Construction.
Yes, siya ang beneficiary owner ng Wawaw.
And are you now already building a case around that?
It's not me, it's the ombudsman who is responsible for that. So, ako up to investigative lang kami at saka search and seizure. So, mas maganda itanong niya si ombudsman.
Pero sir, when you spoke about forfeiture, I suppose you're talking about the assets of Wawaw and possibly the hotel?
No, all of the beneficiary assets of the beneficiary assets, yung beneficiary ownership ni former Yusek Cabral will be sought for by the government.
On what grounds, sir, yung seizure, yung forfeiture?
Kasama sa graft and corruption niya.
Okay, so...
Kasi matitrace mo naman sa AMLA yan kung saan ang galing 10 to 15 billion.
Oh, malaki na.
10 to 15 billion.
Yes.
Including the hotel.
The hotel itself is worth mga 4 billion, I think. Mga ganun yun. Malaki yun. It's, ilan ba? 200 rooms? At 8 million per room.
What is the role of her driver in this investigation? I mean, he seems to be the one who's...
Alam mo, ayun ang pinaka-nakakaawa sa lahat kasi pinangakuan siya na bibilin siya ng bahay para sa pamilya. So, kaya nag-selfie siya. Pinakadala niya sa pamilya niya, uy, may magkakabahay na tayo.
Hindi ba medyo weird yun that nag-selfie pa siya just as Cabral was sitting on that barrier?
according to him, that was the promise, yung on their way up, ayun ang pinramis ni Cabral sa kanya. Tutuwa siya. He was a jubilant mood.
On their way to
Diba?
Baguio.
So, on their way to Baguio. So, habang nakaupo sa ledge, yung nagko-contemplate na, nag-selfie siya. Pinadala niya sa pamilya niya. Sabi niya, magkakabahay na tayo. Tapos, pinalis ng pulis kasi nakita bawal dun, di ba? So, pinalis ng pulis. Tapos, umakit na sa Baguio. Tapos, bumaba. Tapos, tumalon. Nagpaiwan. Tapos, tumalon na siya.
Ang saklap naman nun, nangako tapos...
Oo nga eh. Di siya kasasabi ko, siya pinakawawa sa lahat eh.
But I mean, is he cooperating in the investigation at least? Because it seems like if Cabral frequented this hotel, the driver would presumably be the one taking care, right?
Kasi, may sariling kwarto nga yung driver. Nakita mo, di ba? Hindi siya sa pension house sa katira. May sariling kwarto. So, kasi dating ang pag-aari ni Cabral yan through her special friend. So, sanay na sanay sila dyan sa lugar na yan.
In relation dito sa anti-corruption scandal na ito, Secretary, last month kasi, medyo overpromise at saka nag-underdeliver yung gobyerno dito sa mga hulihin dapat at kakasuhan. Ngayon ba ay may indication na naghahanda kayo na hulihin itong mga ine-escalate o nile-level up na mga kaso? Na mga big fish?
I think from my conversations with the DOJ, not the Ombudsman, with the DOJ, case build-up is mga 98% complete sa mga first 20 actors. Yung big fish, yung mga big fish, almost complete na. So mag-ramp up na yan this coming February.
What happened in the last 3 months, Sec, that that got us to where we are, which is walang big fish that were jailed before Christmas, contrary to what the president and also your brother, Ombudsman Boying, promised. May hiccups, did you have issues?
When you do case build-up, you have to be of great certainty kung ano ang nangyari. So, they connected they crossed all the I's, dotted all the I's, crossed all the T's. Tinignan nila yung AMLAC trail, tinignan nila kung saan nanggaling ang pera, saan yung deposit. So it's a very tedious process to have a certainty of conviction. So kung medyo nahuli si Ombudsman, intindihin nyo na lang na yung mga dating hapas na trabaho ng Ombudsman, na-acquit lang ang lahat ng actors. So in this case, once he files, he has great certainty of conviction na makukuha niya talaga.
And are we gonna see more lawmakers charged in this
I think
investigation?
So. Better to ask the Ombudsman than me, but I think so.
Okay. We'll leave that there, but thank you so much for talking to us for pretty much the full hour, actually. Thanks for your time, DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla.
Thanks, sir.
Salamat, Secretary. Kamusta niyo na lang kay Harry?
Sabihin ko.
Next time,
May pahabol ka pa eh.
sir, next time Zoom tayo so we can see you laughing.
Sige po. I'll be there. Okay po.
Thank you, sir. Iba epekto mo sa tao talaga.
That is all the time we have for today. I'm being told to wrap up. Thanks for joining Storycon. Ronald Llamas, our resident political pundit. Join us again tomorrow 4 p.m. for Storycon. I'm Regina Lay.
I'm Ed Lingao, kapatid. We are One News, all sides, all the time.
Bukas na natin i-dissect.
This is the Story Conference Group or the Storycon Group.